Welcome back to my F1 25 driver promo. This is the pre-season episode for Season 2. If you missed any of the episodes in Season 1, they're available to binge watch all 16 of them as well. But of course, we need to select a team for Season 2, and the options are not McLaren, not Ferrari, sadly not Mercedes, which, you know, we are a Mercedes technically junior driver. So we've got 4 options available, and that's technically only 2. Because Red Bull, we had a secret meeting with available, we declined, but they are still available. However, Toto Wolff has power still, so yes, we're still contracted Mercedes. Never in a million years would a Mercedes contracted driver be allowed to drive for Red Bull. Williams, we are going to leave Williams. We'll come back to that in the next video, which effectively just leaves Alpine and Aston Martin. So yes, now realistically it's about of who that I last drove with, and that would be Aston Martin. I haven't driven with Aston Martin since F1 2021, so I think that's time we fix that. This is, ladies and gentlemen, Season 2 will be an Aston Martin Honda career mode as well. But just there's Elena as well. Brief little cutscene here. Not that we a luxury on F1 25, I should point out. And there is our fake contracts as well. Recommended is 77. I mean, we could probably go 79. 78, 79. Depends how much I want to give Alonso. Bearing in mind, he will have access to 60% R&D points, so I think I went for 78 just to give him that option to sign some of those big R&D ultimate R&D upgrades if they're available, which I don't know if they are, but if they are available, then he will have the chance to do so earlier in the season. Yes, we'll come back to R&D at the end of the video, but first the calendar then, and this is the calendar for Season 2, and there's a few changes. Bahrain is out because it's broken at turn 4, that's been replaced by Jeddah. Monaco is out because it's broken at the final corner, or penultimate corner. Ras Castellanti knows that it's broken there as well. We've got Austrian Silverstone reverse options coming in, as well as Zandvoort reverse. And we've got Baku and Singapore also coming in place of Mexico, and I cannot remember as well. So pretty much the same ending as well. But now it's time to reveal the cars for Season 2. So my teammate for Season 2 is Fernando Alonso. Lawrence Stroll has sold his stakes in Aston Martin. There's a new consortium including some other people that have sold their stakes in Alpine, such as Trent Alexander-Arnold, and obviously some other interested parties, such as Daniel Craig, for example. And you can see also the 007 logo is on the car. So yes, obviously Aston Martin are going to try. Obviously James Bond is now coming back now that the deal with Amazon not yet being agreed between a deal between Aston Martin and Amazon in this career mode, but you will recognise some changes. Obviously Honda there. Aramco did try to buy Lawrence's share, but that deal fell apart when they couldn't agree a deal for some other shares, because Lawrence only owns a fraction of the shares at Aston Martin as well. So when they tried to buy the entire thing, that deal collapsed, and subsequently they've completely withdrawn from the sport for now as well. Obviously British racing green, the proper colour of green that should be on the car, with the fluorescent accents. You know, I mean, this is just bog standard, apart from the Honda on the back, which is in white. But yes, let me know what you think about all 10 liveries in the comments below. I have, of course, as usual in these career modes, made all 10 myself. Now I come to the title of the video. For the first time since F1 23, we will have a World Drivers' Championship on a Driver Career Mode series on this channel that is not Max Verstappen, because Max Verstappen has left the series. He is not going to be on the grid in this season 2. He has been replaced by Carlos Sainz. So Sainz, who took a sabbatical for season 1, is back in Formula 1. You'll have to wait and see what he can do. Though obviously, you know, for the seat that I've been put into at Aston Martin, was supposed to be taken by Yuki Tsunoda, but at the last minute, Verstappen decided to leave, and then therefore Red Bull decided to retain Tsunoda, which led to me becoming in place of Tsunoda. But yes, overall, it's a slightly downed Ford look than I usually do. I usually turn the yellow into white, but it is still the Ford blue, and it is a Ford performance there. They've taken on Visa as well, a load of other sponsors, Visa becoming the new title sponsor, and also Santander, massive amount of sponsorship deal there as well for the reigning constructors and drivers champions. And it's not just the main team that's been given the change too. This is Racing Bulls. I'm not joking. The yellow ball livery is here. I don't believe anyone has ever thought about doing a yellow ball livery, but here it is as well. We've got the little gold little balls as well that are on the side, which, you know, I could clean them up, but I actually like that overlay. They've got a new owner though as well, Lawrence Stroll, who has bought 50% of Racing Bulls, and therefore Isaac Hadjar is retained as Racing Bulls, and alongside him will be Lance Stroll. So obviously, therefore, Stroll has brought in some sponsors in addition to their existing customer that they had as well, sponsors of the team. Obviously, they've lost Visa and Cash App, and there's no title sponsor, but there is plenty of sponsors there and money going around, and they don't really need one. Let me know what you think about this livery. Yeah, I just thought about it being, well, no one's ever created a yellow livery with about it for Red Bull, a Red Bull affiliated team, even though it's a talked about feature on the car. Next up is my old team, Williams, and they've gone the IKEA look with the blue and yellow livery as well. Now, replacing me, Williams, is Franco Colapinto. He has stepped up after being reserve driver in season 1, obviously having previously out of the team in 2024. They decided to give him a full-time drive, with Albon feeling that he wanted to leave more the team as well through season 2, now effectively confirming his status as team leader. Come back to that in the next episode. Not really much has changed. They've nabbed a few sponsors from here and there, changed a few sponsors, you know. But obviously, yes, this is a throwback to, they did this once with the Keeper Securities livery back in 2024 as well, last year. And also, obviously, it's a nod back to the old blue and yellow livery, although it's not quite because there's no white involved in the livery. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Definitely a livery that's probably going to evolve in this series. The team that has the best chance of trying to beat Red Bull, though, is McLaren, and they've retained their driver lineup of Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris, as they will do in real life when we get to 2026. It's the classic McLaren look. White and Pappy are obviously still on the car, but yes, obviously this car is still full of carbon fibre. You can see how much of it is on the car that I cannot do anything with even to try and add a little bit more colour to this car than just a massive wad of carbon fibre. In terms of sponsors, they've lost OKX, but Hilton have increased their stake in the team. Other than that, in this particular career mode, MasterCard are technically the title sponsor, but they haven't really increased what they're paying. This is a high price era of Formula 1 where title sponsors aren't willing to commit to a team in case they fail, basically, because the price of development, I'll come back to that, it's going to be expensive. Ferrari need pretty big improvement, to be honest. I mean, they were pretty woeful, to be honest, in season 1. They've got a new livery. I've tried my best with this car to try to restore the Ferrari word mark. I can't do it to the front of the rear wing that I could do in F124, so I've done it to the rear wing, except there's a size constraint because of the IBM logo is a smaller in width. But I've tried my best with the HP logo. I don't believe there is anywhere that in its current position on the car is actually gonna look good. You know, it needs to move position per se speaking, but there we go. Yeah, in terms of this car, they just need to develop. Not really much has changed in terms of sponsors, so yes, for them this is a season where they have to improve, otherwise they're going to get left behind in the midfield. Mercedes are another team that need improvement. They've got a new title sponsor in the form of Spotify after the Malaysian Grand Prix failed to return to the calendar. Petronas decided we're leaving as well. They've got a few other sponsors such as Marriott who also joined the team as well, but overall it's returned to a full black Mercedes. So yes, the green is meant to, I don't know, pop out a little bit more, the green of the Spotify. It's a bit interesting how that's going to look. Obviously we're in the showroom right now, and you never really know, the showroom lighting can differ when on track, so we'll see. I'm yet to be sold on whether how this livery is, what it's going to look like out on track, whether it's going to look good or not. In terms of their drama up, they've retained Russell and Antonelli. Sadly, no room for me just yet, but we'll see what happens in future seasons. Alpine have chosen to retain their same lineup in Pierre Gasly and Jack Doohan. Now, I'm a little bit interested why they've retained Doohan. He is 69 rated. Whether that's a fair reflection on his ability or not, I'll leave that up to you, but for the in-game, there are better drivers available. VERSTAPPEN is one of them, of course, but also there's people. I think Paul Aaron is now higher rated than Doohan on the grid, but obviously there was a ratings upgrade since I did this video, recorded the changeover to season 2 as well. But for them, you know, Doohan maybe can grow into a good driver. Maybe Gasly can lead the team. You know, we'll have to wait and see. They need to develop into the midfield, a bit like what they're hoping to do in 2026, because their car in 2025 is being poor, and to be honest, starting to see a little bit of that. Although Gasly did source some decent points occasionally in season 1. Haas have also unchanged their lineup as well. They've still got Ocon and Behrman. We're yet to see the best of Ollie Behrman in this career mode, but they have a new title sponsor. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's not the Rich Energy logo, it's the MGM Resorts logo, and that livery is bringing nightmares back to Haas fans around the world. Yes, obviously MGM Resorts have come in, and obviously they're their new title sponsor. It is pretty similar to the livery that I designed in F123's driver career mode, so nothing really too much to talk about there. It obviously reminds me of the old JPS Lotus livery as well. In terms of one other thing to note, no Toyota. Toyota have been kicked out of this team because by Ferrari. Basically, Ferrari gave Haas an ultimatum. You can either find another engine supplier, or you can let Alfa Romeo provide the same service that Toyota was giving to you. This includes access to Ferrari's wind tunnel that has had access to Toyota's wind tunnel in Cologne with Toyota. So Toyota are vowed to come back, but for now they are not on the grid. And the final team on the grid is Audi. Now, they have not changed their lineup after either, and I'll talk about the lack of driver transfers in a moment. But I think that this is probably, of all the Audi liveries that I've created so far in this game, for me, this is one of the best. You've got that, it's a majority grey bit with the red stripe that goes halfway down the car. Yes, there's the Audi logo, it spoils this livery. I wish they had multiple placements for the Audi logo, but it has to go both on the grey bit and on the bit where there's that whopping amount of carbon fibre as well. So it's a little bit unfortunate, that's the way the car is, but nevertheless I'm actually overall happy with the outcome, and it's definitely one of the better liveries that I think on this grid. Bortoletto and Hulkenberg, we get to see the best Bortoletto out of this career mode. Now coming to R&D, Ferrari have got it all to do. They're only just ahead of us, and yes, we have the high inflation scenario. So upgrades will become more expensive the more you development. Now the last time I tried the scenario out, I removed it after 4 races because the progress was excruciatingly slow. That was at the end of F1 24. I think this time I'm going to potentially stick with it for longer and see how we get on, personally speaking. But let me know your experience. The big winners from this regulation change, Williams. They are the 3rd fastest team on the grid. Albon had a strong end of the season. His rating's gone up as well. Yes, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do alongside Colapinto. One of the big losers is Ferrari. They've gone from being the 3rd fastest team to being the 5th fastest. Mercedes have obviously stayed as the 4th, pretty much almost the 4th fastest team. We were together with them on the grid. Alpine have also lost quite a lot. You know, they had a car, they were close to where we are at Aston Martin, and now they've jumped almost, they're pretty much level with Haas now. So be interesting to see what we come. The next episode of Australia will be out next week, by the way, because I need to change the engines so over to what they are, with all the engine suppliers coming in for 2026. Yes, the other thing to note, driver transfers. Only for, yes, it's about time EA looked at implementing the driver transfers from my team to driver career mode, because although we've had 4 driver transfers, that's about bog standard between Season 1 and Season 2. If I don't move at the end of Season 2 to another team, there won't be a driver transfer at all. The grid will just stay static, which is a problem. You know, there needs to be a bit more, excuse me, what's the word I'm looking for, change between the teams. You know, and my team has definitely brought some of these wacky transfers in with those sliders, but we don't have those sliders in driver career mode, so they need to make those sliders available in driver career mode, please. But yes, that's what I'm going to leave it today's video. If you have enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, channel, and you see plenty more F125 driver career mode videos as my come until the next video. Then, I'll see you next time. Take care, enjoy your day, and goodbye.